everyone, my name is Cassandra and I create videos on productivity, journaling, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. In this video, I am taking you all to my first market. So this is really exciting and also kind of like a wild card in my year. It was on my 2025 goals list. I wanted to be a vendor at a market here in Toledo, and I'm gonna be one. There is this group called Libros Viven here in Toledo, and they started organizing rastros literarios, which basically means like, I guess a rastro in English is like a flea market or like a secondhand market. So they started organizing secondhand book markets in Toledo, and they had an open call for people who just have like secondhand books at home that want to sell them. I applied because I was like, well, why not? We'll just see what happens. And they called me, I think a couple days ago, and the organizer of the event offered me one of the stands for the market. Really exciting. And I can sell book or literature related accessories. So he said I could sell like notebooks, maybe pens. I'm gonna see if I can bring in tote bags, and I'm going to try and sew bookmarks and book sleeves. Do I know how to sew them at this moment, at the time that I'm recording this with you all? No. But will I learn because the market is in 2 weeks? Yes. But right now I am prepping some of the materials for the books. I just wrapped one of them. I'm going to do a blind date with a book. Let me show you what my setup looks like right now. Here is the stack of the secondhand books that I'll be selling. They are a mix of English books. This one I am going to be listing as a blind date with a book. And then I have another one over there, and then some of these are like workbooks and stuff, so I am going to wrap that. My goal is to make some money. I want to like sit down and figure out how much and kind of have like a system for that. I'm not trying to like come in thinking, okay, this is like my next business idea, because sometimes I am very guilty of doing things like that, especially when it comes to like hobbies. I was trying to like monetize all my hobbies. It's not good. But this is more for like fun. And of course, if I can make some cash, then I can use it to buy presents, or especially for my flight back to the United States to visit my family. So that's what we are working with. I'm really excited. Hello friends! It has been a while since I've actually picked up a camera and talked to you all. I found it really hard to film me preparing inventory and sewing and also concentrating on sewing. I am a new sewist, sewing person, and I need all the concentration to make sure that my lines just actually stay straight. So it is Friday and the Rastro Literario is on Sunday, and we have pretty much all of my inventory. I made like a little inventory checklist in my bullet journal. Check it out. Cute, right? Okay, so I wrote down, I feel like I could have done this digitally, but I'm not sure if when I'm in the Rastro Literario, I'll actually have Wi-Fi. So I put this in my bullet journal that I'm going to take with me during the day and keep track of like sales and stuff on this side. But I made a little what is this? Inventory list. So I've listed out all of the things that I have, the quantity that I have, and then the price that I am listing them at. And then down here, I put the offers. So like, let's say if if people buy 2 dog ear bookmarks, instead of €6 each, they will be €5 each. So they get like a little discount, a €1 discount. And then the only thing that I need to do now is basically count all of the books that I have and then figure out pricing for those. Some of the books are like workbook style. So we have like how to teach English. This is a book about understanding exposure for photography. And then we have other books that are just like regular books here. So I want to figure out how to price those, mainly because I feel like paperback books just cost differently than hardcover books. So there's that. But I did want to show you all the bookmarks that I made. Roll over to them. Oh, okay, I can't roll over. Okay, so I made 2 types of bookmarks. Excuse my Christmas pajama shorts. So I made 2 types of bookmarks. The first one are the dog ear bookmarks. So these they like sit on the corner of your book. Let me show you. So let's say Trevor Noah's book. This is a really good book, by the way, if you haven't read it. Wherever you are, you take this and you just put it in the corner and pop it down. Isn't that cute? Yay! Look at that. I love it. So I have 11 of these dog ear bookmarks. I didn't make any more because this is my first market, and I don't even know if these will sell. But I have them in like different patterns. Feeling really excited about this. Actually, I'm really proud of myself for even like sewing something like this. And then the other bookmarks that I have are the regular bookmarks that, you know, everybody uses. These long bookmarks. So I also have different fabrics. I'm not going to show you how this works because y'all know. Different fabrics for this one. Actually, this fabric here used to be a strapless top that I thrifted for like 50 cents, and I thought the top was so cute, so I was like, oh cool, I am going to turn this into a bookmark. So I have 10 of these, and then let me show you what else I have. We have these. They are blind date with a book, and in Spanish it's called Cita a Ciegas con un libro. So I have 4 of these. And I added in, it's like a little pack. So I added in a fabric bookmark and then a tea bag for the folks who ever buy them. So I just have 4 and 4 different types of books. So I think one is in Spanish and then the rest are in English. Yes. I'm really excited. Look at this. I even wrapped it in old like not tissue paper, but like packing paper that I had. And then also newspaper from my neighborhood's local newspaper. So we have these, and then we have the regular books. So now what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to pull together all of the inventory I have. I also have some like stationery from a previous project that I had that I'm going to also bring. So I'll have like notebooks, pens, stickers, and then highlighters for people to purchase as well. And that's it. Then I think the only thing that I need to do now is print, figure out the pricing, and then figure out how I am actually going to set up and decorate my stand. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or tomorrow, or we are just going to show up to the market and figure it out as we go. Do we like the bookmarks in this basket? It's not like terrible, right? I was gonna put them in this little trinket tray I made in ceramics class, but I had too many, so I think I might put the vinyl stickers here. What do you all think? I don't know, I'm not like totally convinced. I'm gonna move you all up a little bit. Is this little mug, and for these bookmarks to go in here, I think that's cute. I will stick with that. And then I have this little dish rack tray that I got from IKEA, and I think I'm gonna use this for the Cita Ciega books. Then I'll just put like a little price tag in the front saying these packs are, how much did I price these at? 10 euros each. I can smell the tea. Yum! And then let me show you what else we have going on over here. Hello friends! One day until the market, not even one day, a few hours. It is Saturday. Tomorrow is Rastro Literario Day, and I wanted to show you all the cute signs that I just made for all of the pricing. So this is I'm gonna stick this on like baskets and some of the, what are the other things that I'm doing? Like for example, this mug where I have the long bookmarks. And then I even made this cute sign. Look at this. Oops. Ta-da! Plans to progress. Libros, marcapáginas, libretas. And it says, convierte tus ideas en, oops, there, realidad. So I'm gonna hang this up. Well, I'm gonna like lean this on something just to add a little extra stuff. Oh yes, and I forgot to show you all. Ah, I got these fake flowers. I need to take off the price tags. But I'm using this to decorate my stand. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, to be honest. Let me take off these price tags. Oh my gosh, this place is a mess. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I am planning on putting them on my stand just to add a little bit more color so that the stand is not so boring and it looks just like nicer, I guess. I don't know how nice things can look with fake flowers. I'm not really a fake flower type of person, but that's okay. And I'm also going to bring 2 table, what are they called? Manteles? Oh no, I am forgetting my English. Table mat? Table cover? Well, a table something to cover the tables and the stand that I have. They're white, so then maybe I'll put these like on the edge or maybe like hanging down. I'm not totally sure yet. But we have this fake eucalyptus and this yellow flower that I don't know what it is. Yay! I'll take these price tags off later. And then, oh yeah, what I was going to show you all is these price tag thingies I made. They're all handwritten. I didn't want to print them all out. But we have this for totes, stickers, how I'm accepting payment, that's important, prices for books, prices for bookmarks, prices for notebooks, Cita Ciega's blind date with a book, and then, oh yes, I got this one laminated. Look how cute this is. This one's for the dog ear bookmarks because I wanted to explain a little bit more about what the dog ear bookmarks are because I think most people here don't know what they are. Also, I don't see them very often in Spain. I just see like the long regular bookmarks. So have this. And then I printed off this giant sign. So I'm gonna hang this up on my stand too, just so people know me, and then they can follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then just a little bit more about me. I think I printed this a little bit too big because I don't think, this is like very large. I don't know where to put this. But oh well, it's already printed and it's already laminated, so we're gonna work with what we have. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is all just a game and playing, because why not? I wanted to try an in-person market, and here we are. And now I'm just gonna be packing up all of my items. So yay! Alright, y'all. Ooh, my voice is kind of cracking. I am all packed. Here we have one bag of books and inventory. Another bag of books and inventory. I've got a little camping table out there, and then I'm also packing a camping chair so I can like sit and move around. And now it is time to rest. I'm tired, and tomorrow's gonna be a long day. So I will see you all tomorrow for Rastro Literario to set up my stand, and then we'll see how the day goes. And of course, I will be doing a little debrief at the end to talk about like marketing, since this is the first time I've ever done like vendor setup marketing to create like a little storefront, and also what it's like to actually market in person and talk to customers face to face, because I've never done that before. I've mostly just done online marketing. So this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, I will see you all tomorrow. We made it to Rastro Literario. Time to set up the puesto. Y'all, we are set up in the Rastro Literario. It took me about 30 to 40-ish minutes to set up. Pretty good for somebody who has no idea what they're doing. And I think we're supposed to start in, I don't have a watch, maybe like 15 minutes. Everybody else is here. We have some other folks, and I'm really excited. It is already really hot. I'm sweating, yay! But I'm really proud of my setup, and I think it looks really good. People have started coming to the market. I already met one of my stall neighbors. They're super nice. He's an author. I will show you the book later. And we'll see if anybody buys. Most of the people I think are actually buying secondhand books that are cheaper than the ones that I've put, but we'll see. We will see. I'm gonna introduce you all to my puesto neighbor, pero vamos a hacerlo en español. Os presento a Pablo. Hola, aquí estamos en el Rastro Literario con Pablo. Hola, Pablo.
Hola, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás, Cassandra?
Bien, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, un día soleado, típico de Toledo.
Sí, sí, sí. Pues él ha escrito un libro. ¿Quieres explicar un poco de tu libro?
Por supuesto. Estamos aquí juntos contigo y os voy a hablar un poquito de mi libro. Se llama El eco del sueño. Está gustando tanto a los amantes de ficción como a los amantes de misterio. Por ser una trama inusual que engancha desde el primer minuto. Mi recomendación principalmente es para la gente que le guste la intensidad y la fuerza. Este libro es para él. Os lo recomiendo 100%. Vamos por la tercera edición. Y es un libro que se escribió para no ser publicado, porque tengo que decir que no pensaba publicarlo. Fueron casos de amigas lectoras las que me hicieron la fuerza de seguir para adelante y al final lo publicamos. Y está teniendo mucho éxito. Os lo recomiendo. En inglés o en español. Mejor en español.
Mejor en español.
El eco del sueño. No os defraudará, os lo prometo.
Voy a sacar el enlace en Amazon está, ¿no?
En Amazon podéis ver los comentarios, las reseñas.
Vale.
También están, digamos, lo podéis ver cómo se encuentra en Google, por donde ha tenido mucho recorrido.
Vale.
Ahí en imágenes Google, pues le echáis un vistazo.
Genial. Pues voy a poner el enlace si queréis comprar el libro en la descripción del vídeo y gracias por escuchar.
Gracias a ti, Cassandra. Un placer.
Chao.
Chao.
Okay, y'all, it's been 2.5 hours since the market started, and so far I have sold 2 things, 1 book and 1 bookmark, the dog ear bookmark. It's hot. It looks like most people are just kind of like window shopping, which I don't blame them because I am also a window shopper, but not too many people buying things, at least not from my stand. I'm hoping that it gets better mainly because I don't want to carry all of my inventory back home, but yeah. Anyway, now I'm just chilling, trying to find shade. It's really hot. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's hot here in Toledo. Hello friends again. It is officially 2:44 and it is the lunch break slump. Most people are out at lunch now in Spain, well, specifically in Toledo, and I think it'll pick back up around 4 or 5. I hope that's also when the sun will cool down a little bit. I don't know. There aren't any like people around now. It's mostly just like the folks from each stand. And let's see, so far I have still only sold 2 things, but we are keeping hope, keeping the faith that things will pick up again when it gets cooler. I do think like right now it's just really hot. Like, what is the temperature today? In Fahrenheit, it is, let's check. In Fahrenheit right now it is 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Celsius it is 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's hot. In direct sunlight, it's hot. I've been drinking a lot of water. I think I do have like a little bit of a headache. Maybe from the heat, I'm not totally sure. Mario is coming to bring me lunch now, thank goodness, and hopefully just keep me some company. My friend Mercedes was here, so she was chatting with me, and then she said she's coming back because she's got a workshop this evening. She's got some stuff. I'm thinking this is a good time for me to go and buy some books, and then that's it. I'll check in with you all in a little bit, but so far the market's a little slow. Oh, I did meet 2 people from the United States who are here visiting Toledo, so that was cool. Other than that though, everybody has said that my stuff is really cute. Nobody has bought anything though. Some elder gentleman did say, he was like, oh, tu puesto es muy distinto, which means like your stand is very different and like stands out, which I take as a very great compliment. He did not buy anything though. Oh, okay, things fell, gotta go. Hello friends again. Let's do a little check-in. It is 3:53 p.m. No novedades para vosotros, except for the fact that Mario brought me lunch And I probably should have recorded it to show you all what he made me, but I was pretty hungry, so I ate it. But I got a croissant, some empanada, some patacones, and then a mandarin. And now I feel refreshed, and I don't have so much of a headache anymore. I think before I was having a headache because I was maybe a little hungry. And we are still here. It's still not poppin', y'all. It is not poppin'. Also, I think it's just too hot for people to be out. I will check in, I guess, in like 2 hours to see if there's any new updates to share with you all. Yeah, I'm just sweating a lot. Good thing I put on sunscreen. All right, y'all, check in. It is 7:22. How have we been doing? I have sold 4 products. One of them was €1, so who cares? That doesn't really count, but maybe I can buy bread with it. Now we are in the shade, so it's a lot better. My friends are here. Yay. I'm glad that they came because literally I was kind of bored. Maybe I should have brought a book or something, but oh well. Will I do this again? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Hello friends, it is after the market and I wanted to do like a little market debrief with you all. What can I start with? I got there to set up around like 10-ish and it took me about 30 minutes to set up my stand, and then the market was it actually started from like 11 in the morning until 8 p.m. So counting the time that I arrived at 10 o'clock, that's I think 10 hours and it was a long day. I think usually like you can opt in for the morning shift or the afternoon shift, and since this was my first time at the market, I just thought, okay, I don't have anything to do, let's just go for the full day because I don't know, I don't really have any data that I'm working with. I just wanted to see what it was like to sell at a market and see if I actually would sell anything. And honestly, if I were to do this market again, the Rastro Literario, I wouldn't do the full like day, especially for 10 hours. That's just so long. And as we kind of like approach summer, it is just way, way, way too hot to be like sitting outside under the sun the whole day. I mean, technically like with our posts, I think you saw it in the video, we had shade and like I moved around to have shade. But it was just like a really hot day because even if it is shady or if I am sitting in the shade, I'm still sweating. So 10 hours, wouldn't do it again. I would maybe do the morning shift and not the afternoon shift. I saw in the morning there were a lot more people, a lot more foot traffic, and in the afternoon it was really slow. I think in the afternoon people came to kind of like pass through and kind of like window shop, but they weren't really there to buy stuff. And I saw in the morning shift people were also still window shopping, but it looked like they were more open to purchasing. So after the whole 10 hours and all of that, like how many products did I actually sell? Did I meet my sales goal? I did not meet my sales goal. I thought, oh cool, I'm bringing something different. I have like handmade bookmarks. I have the blind date with a book packs. And then I brought in some stationery items. And in reality, out of all of the things that I brought with me, I only sold 6 items. For 10 hours, I sold 6 items. So I sold, I think 2 in the morning and then 3 items in the afternoon. And from all of that, it was a total of 38 euros. And how much did the market actually cost me? So I didn't pay anything for the stand. For my booth, there was no fee, which I know in other markets, there's usually like a market fee. And in this one, in the Rastro Literario, it is free to just have a booth. Mainly because I think they're just trying to like get folks to come in. And then I printed out some items for myself. So like I printed out a little about me sign. I printed out some other things for like pricing signs. And then I also bought like fake flowers to decorate, baskets, and then a little mug to hold my bookmarks. So in total, to prepare for the market, except for like my time and labor, and like I'm not counting the fabric that I used to make the bookmarks, I spent about 28 euros and I made a whole 38 euros. So if we do the math, I still made a 10 euro profit. Yay! That breaks down, if I was there for 10 hours, to 1 euro an hour. Yeah, that was like a whole thing. I still had a lot of fun showing up to the market and kind of like selling in person, engaging folks, and getting to know people in like the Toledo community, which I thought was really nice. So I think I would do a market again. I don't think I would actually do the Rastro Literario, mainly because I didn't really have any data. I just kind of like brought in the secondhand books that I have at home, and then I made like the handmade bookmarks and some of the stationery items. And I think my prices were definitely on like the higher end of the market. Some of the other people who had stands, they were selling books for like 1 book for 5 euros, 3 books for 10 euros, or even books for 2 euros. Some people had like magazines for 33 cents per magazine. Like, these are prices. Of course, it makes sense because if it's a rastro, then it's like a flea market. So the pricing structure at these things is a lot lower. And I came in kind of thinking, oh, well, who cares? My books are like in prime condition. Like, some of them look actually brand new because I actually haven't read them. So I priced them at a higher price. And I also brought in like handmade goods and stationery. And most people were kind of not really into that. I think also my books were in English and people were just looking for like cheap books, or if not cheap books, like a deal to buy many books for a lower price. So I think if I did a market again, it wouldn't be this Rastro Literario. It might not even be a rastro in general. I would probably find a market that like matches more of my vibe, and maybe in a different city. What I have learned, and this is something that I kind of already knew, is that the community in Toledo is a little bit more conservative with their spending. And most people will window shop and kind of like look and maybe touch and all of that stuff, but they won't necessarily buy. And I feel like in larger metropolitan cities, so like Madrid or Barcelona, Valencia, that where like the economy is just faster and people are maybe more used to spending, they might buy more of my products. I also think making handmade items for a flea market probably didn't make sense. But all a learning experience, because I really had like no data going into this. I had no idea what I was doing. I kind of just showed up and was like, let me try and sell random things. So yeah, I'm still really proud of myself. I am very proud of how I set up my stand. And some people definitely came by and they were very interested in what I had to offer. I think it just wasn't like the right crowd. They all thought like my Cita a Ciegas, my blind date with a book idea, was really cute. Some people really loved the handmade bookmarks that I made. They were curious about the stationery items that I had, but not very many people actually bought. And for me, I think it was just because not the right fit market, pricing strategy wasn't like aligned with the type of market that I was at, and also maybe the city that I chose to do my first market at was also not the right fit. I also think because Toledo is more like traditional in a sense. People will buy from you if they know you or if they've seen you or they recognize you, because it's just that type of city. Like, it's a type of city where if you know someone, then you know someone, then you know someone. And it really helps, at least here in Toledo, to have those connections. And I've never done anything so forward-facing to the community before, except for like my journaling workshops, but that's like for a very niche, specific crowd. Nobody knew me, and I think most people were kind of like, who is this person? I don't want to also chalk it up to race, but sometimes I do think being like the only Asian person in a setting like that, sometimes it throws people off. And maybe in Madrid it wouldn't be so, like, what is the word? In Spanish it's llamativo. In English, standoutish. I don't remember my words in English, but it wouldn't be so llamativo if I were maybe in a more diverse city, and Toledo is just not that diverse, especially for people who look like me to show up to do very like cultural, community oriented things. So yeah, I don't know. It was still a learning experience. I really enjoyed it. I think I would do another market. I probably won't do the Rastro Literario again. And it definitely just gave me proof that I can sew things and show up and be there, get to know people, and just have fun selling stuff that I actually really enjoy. So yeah, that's it for my first market vlog. Let me know in the comments what questions you have, if you have any questions, and I still have some inventory left, so definitely some of the dog ear bookmarks, the long bookmarks, and I have 3 Cita a Ciegas packs left, as well as some stationery, so if you are interested, let me know, comment, and I will reach out, or find me on Instagram at CassandraTLE and send me a DM if you are interested in anything, and we can talk about how you can purchase some of that. Okay, that's all I've got. I feel like I've been talking for like a really long time. I'm looking at the time right now, it says 6 minutes. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao! Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, for real, ciao.